Good morning. A warm welcome on this spring day to faculty, staff, distinguished guests, family and friends, and most of all, the class of 2020. I am Ray Rice, and I have the honor of serving as the president and provost of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. I'm here to welcome you to an extraordinary occasion, UMPI's first ever virtual commencement. Members of our class of 2020, you are a most unique class that has had to overcome some very unexpected challenges and disruptions in getting to this moment, and we couldn't be more proud of you. In celebrating the class of 2020, we also recognize the exceptional individuals who helped make today possible for these graduates, the faculty and the staff, the family and friends, all of you who have helped these individuals succeed in so many ways, large and small, during their undergraduate experience and during this most unusual final semester of their college careers. We'd like to begin today's event with our traditional beginning to every commencement. We ask you all from your homes or wherever you're watching to please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by UMPI professional advisor and UMPI alum, class of 2014, Bethany Lord.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Bethany, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. I want to acknowledge that it is impossible not to be disappointed by the fact that we are celebrating our 111th commencement today, not in Wadeen Gymnasium, where they have been held since its opening in 1960, but rather through distance technology, as you are seeing me now. Nearly a year ago, as this day was first being planned, no one imagined that the United States and much of the rest of the world would be so severely impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. All of us have been affected by this global medical crisis. Many of us know individuals who have lost their jobs, been displaced from their homes, and lost friends and loved ones. Higher education all across the United States is but one of so many institutions that has been impacted and possibly, and I say this not only with regret, but with some hope as well, changed forever by what happened this spring. That hope for change, for renewal, for rebuilding is actually the message that I want to leave you with this morning. In his recent book about the Enlightenment, Evening in the Palace of Reason, James R. Gaines notes that the most intrepid revolutionary is the one who has a fear far greater than anything his opponents can inflict upon him. In other words, those who bring true change to the world bring it not because of external pressures or obligations that they feel exercised upon them, debts that they owe leading to duties that must be performed, but because they recognize that the freedom to act can never be externally authorized, but must always result from a process of internal reflection. Or to put it in more practical terms, it's not just a matter of choosing a new way over the old way, but realizing that only when one confronts the fact that it's the influence of that old way within one's own thinking, within what we initially believe to be purely something new, that we discover what we must do. Only thus can we achieve a truly ethical act. The university has played many roles over the past centuries. It has been asked to shape character, refine the sensibilities, immerse students in the best that has been thought and said, to think critically, to grow and mature personally and intellectually. But what I believe it truly must do is to offer us all the ability to make that authentic ethical choice. That choice is made possible through the knowledge we gain, the skills we acquire, the professions we choose, but the process by which we become self-conscious of our own ethical responsibility, not just to society, to those around us, but to our own consciousness. Around the world, the response to this current pandemic is defined both by those making this authentic ethical choice and those who are not. The images of the latter abound across social media, and I leave it to you to determine the morality or lack of such behavior. But thankfully, there are many examples of those who are consciously making these authentic choices each and every day. One has only to think of Anthony S. Fauci, MD, the director of the National Institute for Allergy and Infectious Diseases, who has diagnosed, treated, and prevented infectious diseases such as HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, Ebola, Zika, and of course COVID-19 for nearly 4 decades. His plans and actions have saved millions of lives across the world, and he acts each and every day according to the maxim that I noted a minute ago. The most intrepid revolutionary is the one who has a fear far greater than anything his opponents can inflict upon him. If anyone is the terminator of epidemiology, it is Dr. Fauci. And there are many more such examples all around us. Think of Dr. Nirav Shah of the Maine CDC. Even closer to home, think of the leaders in the Aroostook County Action Program, several of whom are graduates of this university, who came to this administration asking us to assist in meeting the needs of the homeless and dispossessed in Aroostook County during this pandemic. Think of the truly heroic acts of healthcare workers around the world, from New York City to Boston to Rome and Madrid, including those such as Dr. Li Wenliang of Wuhan Central Hospital, the first to alert authorities about this disease, and who himself succumbed to it 6 weeks later. Think of the actions taken by yourselves, your parents, your neighbors during this crisis to assist in ways that none of us imagined 2 months ago. Now think of the images we see of renewal in this world, even in the midst of this tragedy. Cities in China smog-free for the first time in a decade, the canals of Venice clear of detritus, the remarkable efforts of sanitation and health workers across the globe, from Seoul to Mexico City to Myanmar. And think of what you have learned over your career here at the University of Maine at Presque Isle, and what you can do with that knowledge, the good you can accomplish, the leadership you can provide, the better world that you can build action by action if you make that authentic, ethical choice. As the president of the University of Maine at Presque Isle, my thanks to you all for what you have accomplished and what you will do for this great state, this nation, our world. You, the remarkable class of 2020, truly are the hope of our future. Although we cannot gather together for this year's commencement event, we have many distinguished speakers who are able to join us virtually. You'll be hearing from the following individuals: the University of Maine System Chancellor, Daniel Malloy; the University of Maine Board of Trustees Chair, James Irwin; Carl Michaud, representing the University of Maine at Presque Isle's Board of Visitors; Carolyn Dorsey, the Chair of the Faculty Assembly; this year's commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient, Larry Shaw, President and CEO of MMG Insurance; Evans Arcadis, the class of 2020 student commencement speaker, and Tom Wire, the retiring president of UMPE's Alumni Association. Let us begin with greetings from Chancellor Malloy.
Hi, I'm Dan Malloy. I'm the Chancellor of the University of Maine System, of which your university, University of Maine Presque Isle, is a part. I'm joining you today to be part of your celebration of your accomplishment. I'm sorry it didn't happen just the way you planned it, in the traditional way. But you should be no less proud of what you've accomplished, and your faculty, and your staff, and your president, Raymond Rice, who's done such an outstanding job. But let me return to you. You've accepted the challenge of earning your baccalaureate degree. You are a part of a very small percentage of all Americans who've actually done that. And as a result, it will be your responsibility, as well as your calling, to lead our economic development in our state, in our nation, for years to come. It's been a long road that you've been on, and you've faced many challenges, but you've done it. To which I say congratulations and thank you.
Greetings to you all from the University of Maine System Board of Trustees. One of the best parts of being a trustee is attending campus graduations and feeling the energy and pride that permeates the ceremony and lifts all of our spirits. This year things are obviously different. The traditional ceremony, from the processional to the awarding of degrees to the turning of the tassel, it brings out a genuine surge of conflicting emotions, openly expressed through smiles of joy, of pride, and of relief, and also tears of imminent farewell. But today we cannot have the fullness of that tradition. I think it's fair to say that we are all feeling a bit of detachment, not perhaps from the fact of graduation, but from the feeling of it. We can hear it, we can see it, but we can't quite touch it. But the compromises and sacrifices that characterize today in no way diminish the day's significance. Indeed, they augment it in a major way. For while no graduation is ordinary, each notes the achievements of a specific group of people, unique to their individuality, distinct for the classes to which they will always belong, and sole possessors of a time and place in history when their hard work has earned them their recognition. Today's graduates richly deserve a special commendation. No one anticipated the events that would force our universities to send you home mid-semester, suddenly casting your final learning experiences into uncharted waters. But you should know that as surprising as the pandemic and its impact have been on your final semester, it is not at all surprising that you rose to the challenge, adapted to your new and strange circumstances, persisted in your work, and crossed the finish line you set out to cross when life looked very different just 2 months ago. It is not surprising because this is what Mainers do. We work together, we figure it out, we persevere. You should be very, very proud that you absorbed this unforeseen blow and then blew right past it. This was not the final semester you thought you would experience, and it's not the graduation you thought you would have. But the achievements we recognize today are uniquely yours, made all the more worthy of celebration by the extra perseverance they required of you. Of course, you know, we all know, that this was a team effort. Your families, your friends, each other, all helped make it possible for you to reach this milestone. And I want especially to express the board's gratitude to our faculty and administrators for their incredible work. For with almost no notice, they managed to convert most of our teaching from classroom to online. Their dedication to mission, which is first and foremost your success, has never been more apparent and more appreciated. Your success is theirs as well. We've never been prouder of all those who make our universities work, nor of the students for whom they do so. So once again, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, thank you for your display of Maine grit, congratulations, and best wishes for what lies ahead.
Hello, my name is Carl Michaud, and I am a member of the university's Board of Visitors. The Board of Visitors works with and advises President Rice and his staff on the relationship between the university and Aroostook County. It is my pleasure to represent the Board of Visitors on this special day, and on behalf of the board, I would like to congratulate the class of 2020 on a job well done, especially in this crazy time of uncertainness. I would like to share a few words of hope as you, UMPE's class of 2020, navigate a world that has seen unprecedented changes in the past few months. In these crazy times, it is good to have mentors and or be someone's mentor in both your personal and work life. First, let's discuss having mentors. You notice I said mentors and not mentor. As you grow in your career and family life, you may obtain many mentors, some good and some bad. Obviously, having good mentors is crucial to your growth in both your personal and work life. But why have mentors that are bad? Well, bad mentors really don't realize that they are providing valuable information to you. You see, I have learned a lot from leaders and managers that were not really adequate in what they do and how they treat people. So essentially, they are a bad mentor. Many times I have mentioned to my children that you can learn just as much from a bad teacher or boss by experiencing or observing how they treat people badly and practice doing the opposite. When you get the opportunity in life to be a mentor to others, I would like you to remember two things. One, be humble, and two, know your limits. Practicing humbleness as a mentor will go a long way as you help others develop. As a mentor, you will not have all the answers, so don't try to solve your followers' problems. Help them learn as they solve it themselves with your guidance. For an example, a business instructor may have a student having troubles with an accounting assignment. It would be best if the instructor asked the right questions of the student as to guide them to the answer and not provide the answer itself. Knowing your limits as a mentor is also extremely important as you lead or teach others. One will never be well versed in everything. So if you don't know the answer, accept it. It will go a long way in the development of your leadership. For an example, a geology instructor may not have the grasp on how a research paper is supposed to be formatted. If this is so, it would be best to listen to the student who has been writing many research papers in the college career. Yes, it is okay to learn from someone you are supposed to be leading. It makes you a better mentor. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this celebration. Congratulations and God bless.
I'm honored to speak to you today, representing the University of Maine at Prescal faculty, and to congratulate the graduates on their incredible academic achievement. But first, to the families and those who have supported a graduate, thank you for sharing them with us these past years. It has been our privilege to walk beside them on this educational journey, to be able to witness their personal and intellectual growth and their engagement on our campus and in our community. It has been simply amazing. You must be very proud. To the graduates, we so wish you were here on campus today to celebrate the culmination of all your hard work. The dedication and innovation that you've shown in your courses and in the scholarly research that you have participated in has been impressive. The compassion and professionalism that you've demonstrated when working with community partners in a practicum or a service learning project has been inspiring. You have already begun to demonstrate transformative change and leadership. Now, we want you to think about how you will use these experiences as the foundation for what you do as you leave our campus, to enter your chosen field, or to continue on with your studies. You are going to continue to evolve in unforeseen ways. You will stumble and fall. You will experience both tragedy and triumph, sometimes in the same day. Be thoughtful in how you handle those moments and how you will use those experiences to make the next day count. Whatever you do, never doubt your ability to make a difference. Never stop challenging yourself, as all progress takes place outside of our comfort zone. Never stop listening, learning, and asking questions. The faculty at UMPE join you in celebrating, and we encourage you to summon your passion and your curiosity as you continue on your journey of success. Please stay in touch with us. with each other, and visit our campus often so we can always follow where your wings take you. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2020.
At this time, I have the honor to introduce our 2020 commencement speaker, Larry Shaw, the President and CEO of MMG Insurance. Throughout his tenure, Mr. Shaw has been an outstanding advocate for workforce development, the strengthening of positive and mutually beneficial relationships between higher education and the business sector, as well as a great benefactor to Aroostook County, culturally, and of course, economically.
Hello, everyone. Graduates, family and friends, President Rice, faculty and administration of the University of Maine at Presque Isle, I'm honored to address you today. The world has certainly changed over the last 3 months. No one would have thought you would be experiencing this important day in a virtual setting. However, you are graduating after years of dedication and hard work. We have to pause and make sure we celebrate that. Quite an accomplishment. You're also graduating from a university that turns out people ready to contribute to the organizations they join. I know this firsthand from my role at MMG. COVID-19 will forever be a part of all of our stories, especially yours as you talk about graduating from college. I've been doing a lot of thinking on how best to share comments during this time and also focus on what is beyond your future. The bottom line is it all depends on how you react, how you respond, the actions you will take as you navigate through this very uncertain time. Remember, you can only control so much. Focus on that. Stay diligent and make your decisions anchored in a long-term view. I find it interesting when I think back on how things were at the time of my graduation and other beginnings or significant happenings in my work life. The early 80s presented a tough job market due to economic conditions. I thought I had a job in September. That fell through in August. My first job, I was fired after 9 months. 30 days later, I went to work at Maine Mutual, or MMG. In my first 2 years, my major role was to pull staples out of policies and get them ready to be keyed into the system. I was willing to do what was ever asked of me. I have kept that stapler puller on my desk every day since. It reminds me of the importance of every role at an organization. After 13 years at MMG, I became the CEO. During the first 5 years, we had 3 of our worst years in our 123-year history, which included the ice storm of 1998, our largest loss on record. In 1997, 2 years into the role, I had a highly respected large company CEO fly in to Presque Isle on his private jet. We met on the tarmac, and he proposed that they take MMG over. I stated that we preferred to stay independent. He looked me in the eye and he said, "Companies like yours are dead and you don't even know it." 9/11, the financial meltdown of 2008, COVID-19. As you can see, it hasn't always been smooth sailing. My thoughts from what I have experienced are leadership, character, and success are defined by how individuals operate during a crisis, not when everything is running smoothly. How individuals react, respond, and observe what is developing is very important. There's no need to spend any time on what could have been. Spend your time on the new reality. We will get through this like we've gotten through many other challenging times in our history as a country. I did want to share 3 observations that I believe will impact your future success once beyond the dark side of the virus. I considered what I've experienced, how I see the future evolving, with a focus on what brings out people's potential, the best version of themselves. First, environments matter. The culture, the people, the opportunities that are part of the entities you may consider to join. Everyone has untapped potential. Some environments will bring out the best in you, others not so much. I have witnessed so many individuals develop beyond their expectations. That development is one of the most rewarding parts of my job. A lot has been made about how many jobs you will have in your career. Unlike myself, 40 years in one place, the experts say you will be part of 15 or 20 different organizations. Make your decisions for the right reasons. Always assessing, will it bring out your best? And will you be happy both professionally and personally? 2, you'll need to be a lifelong learner. Your generation will see more change than any generation before you. Everything digital, artificial intelligence, robotics, the shifting of consumer behavior, and cars that drive themselves, to name a few. Many jobs will evolve at a steep trajectory of change. You will need to adapt and acclimate. A willingness to learn will take you far. Be a sponge. Look for the whys and the therefores. Accept change and help lead during those times. And lastly, 3, people do business with people. My dad told me this when I was a junior in college. I thought he was being rather obvious. However, his meaning was so much deeper than my surface interpretation. It has been the most impactful advice on my success in business. My advice to you, be as good as you can be at human-to-human interactions. We all know you will need to embrace technology. It will be an absolute imperative. However, in conjunction with all the other skills you will develop, hone your people skills. If you're good at it, get better. If you find it challenging, don't devalue or ignore its importance. Work on it. Those that have the ability to communicate, relate, build understanding, and develop relationships will make their organization stronger and enhance their own success. In closing, I have one request. If you see me out there, please stop me and introduce yourself. I would really like to meet you and congratulate you in person. A new economy is emerging, one with opportunities and challenges. Aspire to be your best, no matter what you will be called on to deal with. Congratulations. Reflect on all the hard work and support that got you here. Make sure you take time to celebrate this milestone and then get out there and make your life happen.
It is now that time you have been waiting for, the presentation of the candidates for degrees. So graduates, it's our tradition to give each of the members of the graduating class a wings lapel pin as part of this presentation. You've earned your wings, and we look forward to seeing where they take you. Please know that you will be receiving your wings pins in the mail in the coming weeks. With that, let us begin. Candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Behavioral Science. Patricia F. Howe. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Biology. Madison Elizabeth Marie Cummings, magna cum laude. Sarah Renee Dunkley. Brittany Marie Hodgson. Madison Renee Postel, magna cum laude. Melinda M. Severance. Lydia L. Tilley, summa cum laude. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. Eric Charles Anthony. Noelle Kristen Bailey, cum laude. Ashley Elizabeth Bartlett, summa cum laude. Brandon Lester Cropley, magna cum laude. Sophia Mariah Kraus. Reed Abbott Farrar. Adam William Frey. Tristan Aaron Glidden. Brooke Adrian Hallett, cum laude. Logan Alexander Halverson, magna cum laude. Kirsten Lily Haney, magna cum laude. Elizabeth M. Hewitt, magna cum laude. Yang Liu. Yawen Liu. Justin Alexander Mason. Faith Sierra Morrow, magna cum laude. Ashley Elaine Morton, cum laude. Trisha Moulton, cum laude. Chase Joseph Norton. Caitlin Marie Russell, cum laude. Delaney Ray Teresa Strout. Laura Irene Sturgeon, magna cum laude. Abigail Ann Terrio, magna cum laude. Waiting Young, cum laude. Kara R. Barnes, cum laude. Robin Leah Brown, magna cum laude. Britton Michelle Burton, summa cum laude. Monica A. Campbell, cum laude. Shelley Marie Condon, cum laude. Megan Dambois. Jason Donald Ennis, magna cum laude. Jennifer Goodwin, summa cum laude. Dolores Michelle Hannon, cum laude. Dale J. Holman, magna cum laude. Matthew Lee Jackson, magna cum laude. Sean Seraphim Miller, magna cum laude. Kylie Kathleen Morrill, magna cum laude, project management certificate. Walter Arthur Mosher III, cum laude. Bobby Joe Pelkey. Vanessa Ann Perkins. Amy Faith Peralt, cum laude. Gina Marie Ritchie, cum laude. Carrie Seibel, magna cum laude. Carrie Marie Smith. Sarah M. Spate, cum laude. Brian Joseph Valance, summa cum laude. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice. Bjorn Luke Bartlett, magna cum laude, Drug Policy and Intervention Certificate. Alyssa M. Finley. Jackie May Piers, Drug Policy and Intervention Certificate. Parker Robert Thompson. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English. Elizabeth Susan Edwardson, summa cum laude. Alyssa Jade Sinclair, cum laude. Tiffany Ashley Smith, cum laude. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in History and Political Science. Amelia Bailey Churchill, cum laude. Sarah Beth Draper. David Lloyd Dennis Lambert, summa cum laude. Lily Lee Logiatis, cum laude. Carly Mae Small, magna cum laude. Cassidy Lynn Saucier. Nicole Page Tozier. Adam David Wayaneth, summa cum laude. Evangelos Zarkadis, magna cum laude, GIS certificate. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. Katie Bard. Tyler Gerald Beach. Max L. Bushman. Melissa Sue Flewelling. Jesse John Heath, magna cum laude. Tavon Hines. Taylor L. Howe, magna cum laude. Haley Ruth London. Kinda M. McBride, cum laude. Mandy Elise Morin, summa cum laude. Cassandra L. Nightingale. Lindsay Ann Willett. Jennifer Marlene Rossignol. Wafa A. Salim. Carrie Sue Spellman, magna cum laude. Kelly Marie McNary, summa cum laude. Lacey Jean Tower. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science. Matthew John Blodgett. Amy Lynn Griffin. Samantha Taylor Swallow, magna cum laude. Margaret M. Yeager, cum laude, GIS certificate. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts. Brianna Lee Garish, magna cum laude. Bethany D. McPherson. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Liberal Studies. Christopher M. Ames. Lauren Elizabeth Antworth, summa cum laude. Natalie Ray T. Brown. Reynold Arel Brown. Kelly E. Dambois Sparrow, cum laude. Crystal Carol Gallup. Ernestine S. Hutchison, cum laude. Tracy Ann Lyon. Maggie K. McNally, magna cum laude. Sarah Colleen Scott. Monique Renee Stairs. Alan Andrew Stanback. Angel Lynn Tribu. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education: Allison Ty Bell. Sarah Caitlin Boys, summa cum laude. Macy Kathy Karen, summa cum laude. Caleb Roger Daigle. Stacy Marie Landry, summa cum laude. Anna Carell O'Connor, summa cum laude. Tristan Brooke Sutherland, magna cum laude. Candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies: Jonathan G. Hellstrom. Candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies and Sustainability: Dylan Earl Dambois, GIS Certificate. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science and Sustainability: Blake Kathleen Bradley. Zachary Brooks. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science: Laura Bernadette Arose. Chad Jeffrey Bartlett, magna cum laude. Michaela Madeline Brogan. Matthew Llewellyn Karen. Jesse Megan DeVoe, magna cum laude. Yvonne Kristen Hartridge. Alexis Lee Levesque. William Christopher Stinson. Candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mathematics: Zhang Yuyu Zhao. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physical Education: Andrew James Reginald Carter. Wilburn Andrew Griffiths. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education: Michael Jennings Boone, Abigail Rose Farkas, Rebecca Marie Griffin, Destiny Lee Wetherill, magna cum laude. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Social Work: Jeremy David Karen, Felicia Marie Cullens, magna cum laude. Caressa Lynn Grenier, summa cum laude. Melanie Ann Griffin, magna cum laude. Kevin David McAfee, Alexandra Catherine Michaud, Christina Marlena Omvli, summa cum laude. Rihanna S. Teixeira, candidate for the degree of Associate of Arts in Applied Art: Adam Joseph Bishop. Candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Criminal Justice: Zachary Joseph Bowers, Kyle James Davis, Catherine Grace Murphy, candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Liberal Studies: Taylor Madison Bartlett, Amy Marie Beltran, magna cum laude. Jessica Lynn Buckley, Christopher Mark Giberson, Emily Brianna Leggett, Marilee A. Morgan, candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Medical Laboratory Technology: Sarah Ann Bouchard, Haley Ann Cole, Sasha May Davis, Whitney Renee Hafford, Courtney Mabel Lujan, Mallory Elizabeth Sawyer, Michelle Lynn Scott, cum laude. Melinda M. Severance, Tiffany Francis Stevens, candidates for the degree of Associate of Science Physical Therapist Assistant: Austin Joseph Bernier, magna cum laude. Cassandra Booley, cum laude. Bradley Bruce Burlock, Jesse Megan DeVoe, magna cum laude. Alexander Ricky Folsom, cum laude. Cameron Ryan Hartford, magna cum laude. Sarah Ruth Sargent, magna cum laude. Jessica Carol Thibault, summa cum laude. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine System, in confirming the action of our faculty, I hereby grant unto you the appropriate degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Liberal Studies, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Social Work, Associate of Arts, and Associate of Science, together with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Traditionally, at this time, graduating seniors would move their tassels from the right side of their caps to the left, signifying they are now college graduates. If you have your cap and tassel as you're joining us virtually, please do that now. And congratulations to all of you, our newest graduates at the University of Maine at Presque Isle. At this time, I am pleased to introduce your 2020 student commencement speaker, Evans Arcadis. Evans' remarks will be followed by greetings from Alumni Board member Tom Wire.
Hello, my fellow classmates. Let me start by saying the obvious. These are not normal times, and what we are now living through will change our lives forever. But this doesn't mean that we are going to let these take us off our path. And I strongly believe that we will come out of this stronger. Before I begin, I want to thank all of the AMPI faculty, staff, and administration for all of the hard work and for making sure that everything works as smoothly as possible every single time. Nothing gets done without them. Thank you. And I also want to thank on my part my mom, dad, brother, and all of my family for always supporting me and believing in me, and for being amazing. I love you all, guys. Now, this is a day of celebration. I know that I would rather be giving this speech from within auditorium at AMPI with all of you and celebrate with friends, family, faculty, and staff, but the times are indeed extraordinary, and they require extraordinary measures. I also know that while I'm giving my speech, you are watching this from home rather than being in a big room full of friends, family, enthusiasm, and celebration. I want you now to take a moment and turn around to those that are close to you, your family, friends, and siblings, and say to them a huge thank you, and just how much you appreciate what they have done for us all of these years. And please, make sure you tell them just how much you love them, and that nothing would have been possible without them. Without our families, friends, or those that support us every day, and through their sacrifices, we wouldn't have been where we are today. Class of 2020, congratulations. I guess we made it. 4 years of papers, lectures, learning, challenges, growth, friendships, snow days, of course, and countless hours of studying. Here we are, at the ending of a chapter that could not have been more challenging. But let us not see this challenge as an end, but rather as the beginning of a new adventure. I am so honored to be speaking to all of you today, and even under these circumstances, to celebrate all of our accomplishments. When you think of the last 4 years, you'll probably remember that your greatest lessons came from outside the classroom. It's a good reminder that learning doesn't stop just because you received a diploma. Jim Rohn, in one of his talks, once said that education doesn't cease when you leave college or leave the university. Education is indeed a lifetime process. My reflection on this quote jumps right back to what we are living today. We are being constantly reminded that we will always adapt and we will always change as humans. But as students, and most importantly as college graduates, this is a time where we get to learn, adapt, and use our education to better our lives and those of others. We cannot build a story if we stop now, if we give up. For many of you, the path to this commencement has not been easy. Many of us are first generation college students that had to learn this whole thing on our own, while some of us are non-traditional students that came back to finish their degrees, while at the same time work one or more jobs and take care of the families in the process. Commuters, online students, and every single one of us got here not because it was easy, but because we worked hard for it and we earned it. There were times, I am sure, when you wanted to give up, when things weren't so easy. But you didn't. You showed perseverance and you made it to the finish line. I know that this feels weird, and I know that you never dreamed of having this very special moment in front of a screen, but I want to encourage you to keep your heads up. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal, said once a young ambitious man that just had a dream. His name was Henry Ford. Starting today, we are going out there where we will be challenged. Just like the past 4 years, we will have to fight hard to reach our goal and fulfill our dreams. And when things get difficult, we need to show strength and ambition. We need to lead and not follow. We need to lay down our collective thoughts and build our world, bring change. I believe that our years at AMPI have taught us many valuable lessons. How to respect, how to agree to disagree, how to communicate, learn from others while at the same time sharing our points of view, how to be a family, and how to be effective citizens. AMPI might be a small college in northern Maine, but what makes AMPI special is its people. I want to encourage you to never let go of your friends here and your connections with faculty and staff. I know that I will always see them as my family in the north, and I will always reminisce my 4 amazing years and all the things that I learned. Ralph Waldo Emerson's advice was, do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Today, we took the first step in building our own path. Now, we need to start paving it. We all know that when our college career is over, we will have to make a plethora of choices, from choosing political sides to debating about climate change, policies, and adopting ideologies. We will be faced with difficult decisions. And one thing that I want you to always remember is to stay together, united. And refer back to what AMPI and our experiences so far have taught us, respect and resilience. This is a very hard time for me, I assure you, because AMPI has been my home, and I didn't get a chance to say properly goodbye, as did most of you. But I hope that we will all make each other proud. I want to close by saying that I'm proud of being a member of the AMPI class of 2020, because we are the ones that are fearless, passionate, and one day we will make this world a better place. The story of the class of 2020 is written now. Our story is valuable, and our story will be a success. Thank you very much.
Good morning, members of the class of 2020. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the University of Maine at Presque Isle Alumni Association, I am honoured to welcome you into our association as our newest alumni. You are now officially alumni of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. Just in the last year, I've seen a lot from this class. Most notably, you have all persisted to help AMPI navigate into a new normal during this current COVID-19 pandemic. And you're the first ever AMPI graduating class to experience a virtual commencement like this one. And there's much more that you've achieved in the last few years, so I can honestly say I'm greatly proud to call you fellow alumni. As AMPI alumni, you now belong to an exclusive network that goes back to 1903. It's a network with impressive experience and connections. Alumni members are making an impact in every industry and service you could imagine, from the Secret Service to professional sports, from the county to Silicon Valley, and way beyond. I'm here to give you one simple piece of advice. Leverage this network we call the Alumni Association. I'm also excited to announce that the Alumni Association has a new interim president. His name is Craig Cormier, and I'm sure you'll be hearing from him soon. So how can you get started and stay connected with your Alumni Association? 3 ways. 1 Keep your contact information up to date at umpi.edu/alumni. 2. Look out for the Alumni Blue and Gold publication. And 3. Follow and join us on social media. Finally, I invite you to join us in our alumni video meeting following commencement, and this will be listed along with the department video reception meetings. So keep in touch, stay tuned, and one last time, congratulations and welcome to the Alumni Association.
Before we move into the last part of our virtual commencement ceremony, we have a little surprise for you. Well, actually two. First, we wanted to let you know that there will be a special gift mailed to you this summer. We don't want to ruin that surprise, but know that it's meant to help you on this next step of your journey. Second, we asked ourselves what we could do to make this ceremony as special as possible for the class of 2020, and it occurred to us that we should invite an unexpected guest. Someone who comes from right here in Aroostook County, from Presque Isle, and has gone on to achieve great things. We asked him, and he didn't hesitate with his response. So here's the Tony-nominated actor and a playwright and novelist whose first play has become one of the most frequently produced plays in all of North America, John Cariani.
Hello to the University of Maine at Presque Isle's class of 2020. My name is John Cariani, and I grew up in Presque Isle, and I just want to take a second and say thank you, Umpy, for all that you did for me when I was growing up in Presque Isle. I went to basketball camps at Umpy, I went to tennis camps, I went to plays, I went to concerts. I used the library when I needed to, so thank you, Umpy, for all you did for me and for all you do for the people of Presque Isle. I live in New York City right now. Happy to report that I'm healthy. I'm an actor here, and I was in a Broadway show called Caroline or Change, and on March 13th, we were supposed to do our first public performance. And on March 12th, right before our final dress rehearsal, our show was shut down and we were sent home, and all of Broadway was shut down, and it was really sad and really disappointing. Your senior year of college got shut down and you were sent home, so that's pretty sad too, and I'm sure pretty disappointing. Here's my take on all this, and I'm stealing from a speech that I gave to the class of 2013 at Umpy. There's this great quote from Shakespeare's Hamlet. Here's the quote. "There are more things in heaven and earth than can be dreamt of in your philosophy." Again, there are more things in heaven and earth than can be dreamt of in your philosophy. And I just think this is such an amazing idea that what can come true in your life might be way more than anything you could ever dream of. It could be way more in a good way, and it could be way more in a bad way, like right now with this pandemic. This COVID-19 thing is way more than anything I ever imagined in a bad way. And I guess I hope that what we maybe all take from this crisis is this. Maybe we shouldn't be surprised when things go bad. Maybe we shouldn't be surprised when we find that there are obstacles at every turn in our lives. I guess I'm starting to realize that, maybe it took me a long time, but I'm finally realizing that obstacles are the norm, and that life is about battling them and overcoming them and figuring out how not to be angry at them, because if you're angry at them, well, I think you're going to be angry all the time because they're always there. And if you're angry all the time, nobody's going to want to hang out with you, which doesn't really matter right now because we can't hang out with each other right now. But soon, we're all going to be able to hang out with each other again. And I think we're going to really want to hang out with each other again in person. So I guess my advice to you is just make sure that you're pleasant to hang out with when all this is over, and that you're not obsessing about all the obstacles you had to overcome and how difficult it was during the past couple of months, even though it's been awful and difficult. Yeah, that's my advice. Expect obstacles and don't be mad about them. And also make sure that you shower so that you don't smell bad when this is all over and we can hang out again. I just wanted to let you all know that I put on a collared shirt and I shaved and I showered for you all. That is my gift to you. Happy graduation. Bye.
And now comes that moment during commencement that graduates always look forward to, the tossing of the caps. Because we cannot gather together in Wadeen for commencement, we promised you a distance-friendly tossing. So we'd ask all members of the class of 2020 to please stand as we mark this momentous occasion with a very special tribute.
You're a rare breed, Umpy Owls. Fierce, determined, no matter what challenges arise. And you've seen challenges like no owls before you. But you've faced them head on, never letting them stop you, always keeping your end goal in sight. No, it hasn't been easy. It's taken grit, resourcefulness, patience, and probably more than a few sleepless nights. But getting here, striving for altitude, scanning this new horizon before you, It's all been worth it, and we couldn't be more proud. You've grown wise beyond your years. You're strong, fearless, ready. And while watching you leave this nest isn't easy, we know this is it. This is your moment. We can't wait to see where your wings take you.
And now for the official cap toss. We'll count down from 3. 3, 2, 1, toss! Graduates, we've reached the end of our ceremony. Before we go, we want to remind you that your faculty, staff, and alumni association will be hosting virtual gatherings via Zoom video, our way to gather with you in small groups and celebrate your accomplishments in person and live. You may already have received a Zoom link, but you can find a full list of these Zoom gatherings by simply logging into my.umpi.edu. The list is on the main page. Thank you for gathering with us today on this most special of all days, the 111th commencement of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. Your diligence and your perseverance through this unique time assures us that you will accomplish great and wonderful things. Soar on, Umpy Owls.
I hear the lifting of our wings. Take to the sky, as sons and daughters. Our voices echoing like owls flying above the fields. Be heard above her crystal waters. We are the sons and daughters of Maine. Rise up, Presque Isle. From this nest of steel and stone, take to the sky, your sons and daughters. Hold the memory of home. Owls flying above the fields. Be heard above her crystal waters. We are the sons and daughters of Maine. Rise up, Presque Isle. Raise a glass, together sing. Take to the sky, you sons and daughters. A choir of queens and kings. Owls rising above the fields. Be heard above her crystal waters. We are the sons and daughters of Maine. Rise up, Presque Isle. We are the sons and daughters of Maine. Rise up, Presque Isle.